Okay, yo, what's happening? Welcome back to another video on Joshua's Chart Lab YouTube channel. Okay, so today I'll be speaking about if I had to go back in time and go right back to the beginning of my trading career and my journey, what would I focus my attention mostly on? Okay, so a little backstory for some of you guys who don't know. So my name is Joshua. I've been trading full time now. Next year, February 2023, will be for 5 years. Okay, so if I had to go back to day one, what would I focus my attention on? I used to be a car salesman. That was my first job out of high school. My second job that I've had. My first job was a waiter when I was still in high school. Second job was a car salesman just out of high school. And then I worked there for a year. Just over a year, and then that's when I left. So I left thinking I was a profitable trader. Big mistake. I lost all my money within the first year. So it's been a long journey, but I learned how to be profitable without having a choice. I didn't have a choice. I didn't have any other income. I wouldn't recommend anyone take this path, but I'm grateful I did because it taught me a lot. And also growing up without a father figure, taught me at a young age that no one's coming to save me. So I understood that even in those times, those difficult times, I had to overcome, I had to endure, because no one else was coming to save me. Okay, so let's get right into it. If I had to go back to the first day, what would my attention be on? Surprisingly enough, the first two things I'm going to mention here have nothing to do about trading whatsoever. Okay, so the first thing, if I had to go back to day one, my first attention, what would I focus on? Something I wish I knew when I started out. The first thing I'd do is I'd focus on my fitness and my health. I'd make sure I'm in good physical condition. When you're in good physical condition, everything in your life improves. Your mindset, your performance, your energy, and all these things are so important to becoming a profitable full-time trader. So your fitness is so important. This also instills good discipline in your life, and discipline is so important also when you transfer to trading, because remember, how you do one thing is how you will do everything. So if you focus and you master your fitness and you become in good physical condition, it will massively benefit your trading. The second thing I would focus on is the foods I eat. What do I eat? What do I put in my body? What you put in your body is so important, because it affects your thinking, it affects how you perform, it affects your mindset, it affects a lot of things. So the foods you eat are so important. I'd cut out the junk. I wouldn't eat takeaways. I wouldn't eat sweets and chocolate, because all that stuff doesn't benefit you. And when you start eating healthy, you actually start feeling a lot better. So these two things alone already would have given me such a huge edge, psychological edge, before I've even looked at the charts, if I was just physically fit and I just ate healthy. Because these two things will go so far in your trading. They'll help you so much, because also what it does, when you discipline in your fitness and your workouts and your health and what you eat, and you focus on what you eat, these two things instill discipline. And discipline is so important in trading. So important. Without discipline in trading, you're screwed, and nothing will work out if you don't have discipline. You need to know when to stay out the market, and you need to know when to get in. You need to know, when your edge is not present. All these things are so important. So the first two things, as I mentioned, would be fitness. Second would be what I eat. Make sure I'm eating good food, because I want my mind to be clear and to be thinking well. The third thing I would focus on, if I had to go back to day one right now, what would I focus my attention on? I would focus on mastering the daily profile. What does that mean? I would focus purely on one daily profile, mastering the classic buy day. What is the classic buy day? The classic buy day is accumulation, manipulation, distribution. It's the power of three. This daily profile, this one right here, is the only one I would focus on if I had to go back and start again. Looking back in the past, how many trades I've lost. Stupid amount of trades I've lost. If I had to look back and see why, if I just only focus on the daily classic buy day or the daily classic sell day, so many of those losses were avoided. Because think about this logically. How can you go into the market and trade, let's say it's a Wednesday and you're trading, but you don't know the daily profile? So then what are you actually trading? Like, how can you tell me price is going to go up, but you don't know what the daily profile is going to be to make price go up? If you know what I'm saying. So you need to be able to predict these daily profiles before they occur. And I've learned that the daily classic buy day or the daily classic sell day is the easiest one to master. It's the easiest one to trade. So if I had to go back in time, I'd focus purely on mastering that. The accumulation, the manipulation, and the distribution, the power of three, where the low of the day would form in London open, and then the high of the day would form in London close. So the open, the low, the high, the close. That formation, the power of three, the candlestick, mastering that candlestick, knowing why it has to accumulate, knowing why it has to manipulate, and knowing why it has to distribute, that is so important. If I had to go back, just these three things: watching my fitness, watching what I eat, and watching the daily classic buy day and sell day, these three things would have given me such an edge in the market, such an edge that it would have been crazy. And if you go to my Telegram channel, I have a video, it's pinned. If you look on all my pinned videos, it's called ICT Daily Profiles. This video right here is the one I'd go back to on the first day of my trading career and watch this 10 times and really understand what ICT is trying to tell me here, because this is the video that teaches the classic buy day. And this video right here would be what I'd focus my attention on most. And if I know that if my fitness is in check, I watch what I eat, and I've mastered the classic buy day, these three things right here would give me an edge already. Already in the marketplace, I would have an edge, because I know, first of all, what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the classic buy day. I know what time to enter the trade. I'm entering between 2 to 4, so London open. I know what to expect after I enter the trade. I know what invalidates the trade. Okay. I eat healthy food, which means my thinking is clear. Okay. I work out, which means I'm in good physical condition and I have a lot of energy, so my mind is clear. I also have discipline because I work out every day and I eat good healthy food, which makes it a lot easier. Doesn't mean it makes it guaranteed. It makes it a lot easier to focus only on trading the classic buy or sell day. So now these three things already have given me such a big edge over everyone. And the thing is, it's not even me versus everyone, it's only you versus you. But the edge that these three things give you in the market is huge, massive, 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 massive. And if only I knew this when I started out, things would have been a lot different. I would have saved myself a lot of pain, a lot of pain. So I'm going to show you now an example of the classic buy day and how to utilize it on the actual charts. And then from there, I'll show you maybe a classic sell day example, and then a couple more points on what I'll do if I start again from day one. But first of all, right now I'm actually recording this in my car and I'm about to go to the gym. So let me get to the gym and then we can get onto the charts and get back to it. Let's go. Okay, so I'm back from the gym and let's get right into it. So I spoke about the three things. First is physical condition, being in good shape. Second is what you eat, eating healthy. Third is marshalling the classic buy and the classic sell day. So in front of me here, I got a trade that I took on the 26th of July 2022. You can see on the top left hand corner here. And this was the classic sell day. Okay, so let me explain in detail what is happening here, and then I'm going to explain the other 2 points that I would focus on if I had to start all over again. So the fourth point, before I explain the sell, the fourth point is I would never trade Monday. Monday, I'll let it go. I'll accept that Monday is a no trading day, because if you think about it logically, in a week there's 5 trading days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can allow Monday to trade without you and know that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, even sometimes Friday will offer more pips in the setup. Sometimes Monday can be lackluster and low probability, so I would opt to never trade Monday. Yes, Monday sometimes can have nice, lovely trading opportunities, but I would not trade it. So that would be my fourth tip. Okay, and then my fifth point of reference, or my fifth thing I would focus the most on if I had to start all over again, would be understanding the market maker models: market maker buy model and market maker sell model, which is what we have right in front of me here. Okay, so the market maker sell model and market maker buy models, ICT teaches them more in depth. And also, if you want more understanding on the market maker buy and sell models, you can go to my Telegram channel, and I've posted countless examples with diagrams and etc. But let me get into this right now. So what we have here, you have Euro JPY. This is the 15-minute chart. Okay, so we have Monday's trading. Okay, Monday trades up into a 1 hour fair value gap, which is the blue lines. Okay, we then have a smart money reversal, pricing goes lower, breaks structure. Okay, that's when we know it's a smart money reversal, after it's broken structure. Okay, then after it's broken structure, we can then have some sort of idea like, where do we think price can go to next. We have these relative equal lows with liquidity below, so that could be a nice draw on liquidity. If you take your fib from this high to this low, that's what these red arrows are for. Then you can see discount and premium. Anything above 50% is a premium market, so that would be your optimal trade entry, OTE. Okay, we then also see that we have an original consolidation here. Now we have the smart money reversal, so then we can anticipate price running below the original consolidation. Then this would be the buy side of the curve, smart money reversal, sell side of the curve. Okay, so understanding which side of the curve you're on is so important, because this gives you the bias. If you know you're on the sell side of the curve, you only look to sell, and the criteria you look to sell is if there's a classic sell day. So that's exactly what I did here. I understood that this is the bias of the curve. We had the smart money reversal. We had the break of structure. Price pulled back to an OTE. Okay, so now we're on the sell side of the curve. We can now anticipate price to run the sell stops and take out these relative equal lows, completing the market maker sell model. Okay, we had price open here at midnight. So we had the accumulation, okay, the manipulation, and then the distribution, the power of 3. The daily profile is the classic sell day. This right here is what I would focus on if I had to start all over again and master this. This exact setup happens every single week, not every single day. So not every single day is a trading day, and that's okay. And not even every single week is a trading week, because some weeks you will miss it, or some weeks you'll get it wrong, and that's fine. So let's run through exactly what happened here. So we had the open. Price rallied 15 to 30 pips. That's about how much you want the Judas swing to be. The time, 2 to 4. That's where the entry was. Okay. Target, the low. This is over 100 pip move. Very, very clean. And with regards to the specific price point right there, that I can't go into detail right now with how I found that specific price point, but the concept is it was a classic sell day. We had the Judas swing, and then we can expect the distribution. Okay, this is enough the way I found the entry, the exact entry point, is something I use completely different and that ICT has never taught. It's what I figured out this year that I said I'd share later on in the year. Okay, so let's see on my Telegram. Let's see right here. So this was the entry. That was my stop loss. And then target obviously was looking for the lows. And then price then took out the lows. Very, very clean. So if you go back to this chart right here, that was the entry up there. And then the target was below these lows. And that was the setup. I was looking at the market maker bump sell model. I was looking at the classic sell day. I wasn't trading on a Monday. Okay. And then the time 2 to 4 was my entry. And then targeting the sell stops. Okay, so these 5 pillars I spoke about. First, physically being in good fitness shape, being healthy, working out every single day. That's the first thing. The second is eating healthy. What you eat, because it affects your thinking, it affects your mind. This is the big part, especially with the psychology of trading. The third is mastering the classic buy or the classic sell day. This was a classic sell day right here. The fourth is not trading Monday. Do not trade Monday. Let Monday go without you. It's fine. There'll always be opportunity later on in the week. This is Monday. We let it be. Okay. The fifth one is understand the market maker buy and market maker sell model. Okay. These five pillars are key. They're important, but they're not everything, of course. If you don't know what an order block is, if you don't know what a fair value gap is, if you don't know what the breaker is, if you don't know what liquidity is, if you don't know what imbalances are, etc., then it's going to be very, very difficult for you. But if you have these 5 pillars, if I had these 5 pillars, the only thing I'm telling you right now is something I needed to know when I started. If I knew this when I started and knew what to focus on, everything else would come and fold around this. This is like the main points, the main ingredients. These 5 points right here. This is what I would focus on if I had to start all over again, because this is what has helped me the most. And I'm only just telling you what has helped me. Other people might say different. Other people might say this and that. This is what has helped me. So this is what I would do if I had to start all over again. I'd focus on working out every single day. I'd focus on eating healthy. I'd focus on mastering the daily profile. Classic buy and sell day only. The only daily profile trade would be the classic buy or the classic sell day. Fourth, I would never trade a Monday. Fifth, I'd focus on mastering market maker buy and market maker sell models. Why is that important? Because a lot of people always ask me, how do you get the buys? How do you know price going up or price is going lower? Well, if you understood the market maker models, you would know which side of the curve you're on. If you're on the buy side of the curve, if you're on the sell side of the curve, for this example right here, why would I go into the market to buy? Because now I already have a bias. I know the model. I know it's a market maker sell model, so I'm only looking for sells on the sell side of the curve. And what do I wait for to enter the sell? The classic sell day. Like, this gives me context. Like, this gives me a narrative. This gives me a model. These 5 pillars are so important, and this is what has helped me dramatically. And if I had to go back in time, this is what I would focus on. So once again, this is what helped me. I don't know if it's going to help you, but I hope it does. And with that being said, I can literally end the video right here, because these are the 5 pillars that have helped me the most. And I hope you learned something in this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.